Hello, everyone. My name is Holly, and I will be the English trainer for this hour. We are going to continue with the last hour's class with a topic of stress. So this one will be Stress Timeout Part 2. So we will be just continuing with this topic. So hello, Johnny. Welcome.
Hello, Holly.
Hi.
I
So
enjoy a lesson. I will
good.
definitely coming back.
Good, good. Yeah, I didn't know whether to do a part one or part two in a row because some people don't take continuous classes and some people do. So you never know
Yeah,
whether to do that.
I do. I will finish the part two
Yeah,
courses.
excellent, excellent.
Yeah.
And you can have you downloaded the material?
I don't know where I
Do
can
you know how?
download the material.
Let me show you. It's actually quite a quite simple place, but some people miss it. They don't realize it. In fact, I think the first several months that I was here, I didn't realize you could do this. And then they changed the website, and I still hadn't did. Then I couldn't figure out how to set it up again. So
Okay. So
oh,
what's the address of the website?
here, this is where you have two tabs. On
Yeah.
the first tab is the recording. Right under
Yes.
this recording right here, you can press on this. It says class materials. Press on
Oh, yeah.
this, and that is the URL of that. And you can do that basically with any of the classes that you sign up for. Just
Yes.
go there. And I don't know actually where all the others are actually putting their material. I'm putting
Okay.
mine on a Google Drive, and people can just download it, either print it out or they can download.
Okay. The
And
stress time bomb. Okay. All right. I
yeah.
will try to download the material
Yeah,
when
and
the
for the first one as well. That way you can go through because in the last class we skipped a lot of the rules, and
Yep.
that's why it was so hard to do. But it was just a time thing. So
Yeah.
yeah. Hi, Mohammed. How are you today? So okay, it's quite early in Egypt. So, yeah, some people are very early risers and they take classes at 4 and 5. Other people stay up all night, taking classes. So,
Yeah, yeah, because I thought that Asma, she said the time is 2 a.m. in maybe in her country. I
yeah,
was a surprise. Yeah,
yeah. It was 2 a.m. in her country, but where she was at, it was 4 a.m. So,
2
so
a.m.
he's from
Yeah.
Tunisia and she's living in Qatar. So, what time is it in Egypt right now, Mohammed? Mohammed, can you speak? Okay, he's working on his microphone right now, hopefully.
Yeah.
So. All right. Yeah, so we've already talked about the weather in New Zealand, right?
Yes.
So are people getting ready for Christmas? Is it
I think lots of people are preparing. Maybe go to the mall to buy the shopping for the Christmas, and then
mhm,
as I know that they have already buy the lighting decoration, so they put a
mhm,
lot of the lights around in the house, and then
mhm,
to make it more beautiful.
mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's a big thing in Norway and not Norway, New Zealand to have the
Yeah. Yeah.
lights
But
even
in the old time, like in China in the past, then we didn't celebrate Christmas there because
uh-huh.
it's not one of our cultural. But now I think it's getting like more popular. The people,
Mhm.
the businessmen, they want to like selling the stuff to the people, so it's getting popular there.
Yeah, it's like a Hallmark for you guys in Asia. It's more like a kind of a cash holiday, right? More of a Hallmark, or a holiday to not because of tradition, but just to buy gifts and for the
Yes,
retailers and stuff like that. Yeah, because
yes,
I've been actually quite surprised because when I lived in Korea, uh, people it was just a regular day on
yes.
Christmas.
They didn't celebrate, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure whether they are
Yeah,
celebrating Christmas here now.
yeah,
Are
and
they?
I haven't talked to any Koreans lately. Every once in a while, a Korean will come on to into a verbaling class. But I've talked to a lot of Japanese. I have some Japanese contracts, and they've all told me that they are celebrating Christmas, and so I was quite surprised. And then you also have said that starting to become more common in
I, th-
China.
I think I think Japanese maybe adapt the American cultures quite earlier than the
Hmm.
other surrounding country. So maybe they like to celebrate Christmas in
Possibly,
Japan.
yeah. Yeah, well, I know that Korea has been fairly quick as well because of the armed forces there. So that could be also why the Japanese were as well after World
Yes.
War II. But
Mhm.
anyway, Mohammed, can you speak yet?
Hello?
Hi, good, awesome, welcome. So we were just talking about what time is it in Egypt? Or are you from Egypt or Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, yeah, E.
Egypt, okay. So what time is it there?
It's 4 a.m.
4 a.m. So are you
Uh-huh.
an early riser? Did you wake up for this class, or did you
No, in
did you
fact,
stay up all night?
I don't sleep at night, in fact.
Okay, so you're a night owl, so you stay up all night. Okay. Is that because of your when you're do you work at night?
Yeah, yeah, I work at night.
Okay, awesome. Are you at work right now?
No, no.
Okay, yeah. Because there are some people that maybe you've been in a class. There's one man I know specifically from Colombia who it's nighttime and he's working and he's taking a class, and I think it's really cool. So anyway, awesome. Now, do people sell? We were just talking about how Mohammed, how in some countries that are not traditionally do not traditionally celebrate Christmas, that they are starting to celebrate Christmas. Do people in Egypt celebrate Christmas?
I think most of them don't celebrate.
Uh-huh.
Little people celebrate with it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So most of them do not celebrate. So it just
Yeah.
depends. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, all right, awesome. Okay, thank you. Well, during the last class, we were talking about stress, and so we're going to continue this topic this class, but it is a completely different lesson. So if you did not go to the first one, you can still completely understand. There are different words. So first of all, let's match the following words and phrases with the correct definitions. So we have number one, sympathetic, a
Sympathetic.
performance review, crucial, a grievance, and
Okay.
bullying. Okay, do you guys know what these words are?
I know the others except grievance.
Okay, a grievance is when you see how would I say this? When you have a grievance, it's when you are upset about what has happened in a company, and then so um, you basically officially tell the company that they were wrong, or your
So,
boss or something.
so is it a complaint about a situation?
Yeah, exactly. I was trying to tell you what it is without saying it's a complaint. So
Yes.
yeah, so this one, yeah, it is a complaint about a situation. Bear
Okay.
with me while I always forget to set the writing up until I go to do this. And it's kind of cool. I didn't know we could write on PDFs for the longest times, and now I'm like, oh, this is cool. So if people don't learn anything else, you at least can learn that on a PDF you can write.
Can you save it after you're writing the answers
Yeah.
or
Uh-huh. Yeah.
so
So
you can save it? Oh,
yeah.
okay.
so when you write something, you can when I go to close it, it always comes up. Do you want me to save it? And I always put no because I'm going to use it again empty. So
Okay.
oh, okay, Mohammed, do you know any of the words? Do you know all of these words?
Sorry?
Do you know all of these words? Sympathetic, a performance review, crucial, bullying.
In fact, none of them I know.
Oh, okay. So they're all new for you. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So we'll go through these words then together. So we have a complaint about a situation is a grievance. So if your boss has done something and you think it is wrong, you can put in a grievance to human resources. So, and welcome, Asma. Welcome back.
Hi, Esma.
Hi, nice
Hi.
to see you.
Nice to
all.
see you again.
Yes.
So you took a
Not
small
deep.
break.
Yeah.
Do you took a small break? And so it's 5 o'clock now in Qatar.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I can handle no problem. Yeah, I used yeah, I used to this routine with work.
uh-huh. I like staying up all night. The problem is I don't sleep well during the day because of people making noise. So, but
Oh,
I love the
no.
night. I love the nighttime because nobody's awake. So,
Okay, yeah, yeah.
Esma, I can feel that you are still energetic, have a lot of energy.
yeah, I can feel it too. It's like wow. And
Yeah.
Mohammed, do you like nighttime as well, or do you prefer to work during the day? Mohammed?
Maybe he's away.
Yeah, possibly. I always assume that maybe nature called or need for coffee. So uh, okay, let's go over this. So we have a complaint about a situation is a grievance. So Asma, what is something on here that is extremely important?
Extremely important. Okay.
Yeah.
Crucial.
Crucial. Yes.
Yeah.
Crucial. Okay. And remind me, you guys, since you were in the last class, what was the word that we used that was extremely important in that class?
Essential.
Essential, yes.
Yeah, essential.
And what was the other one that was great importance but not extremely?
Significant.
Good. Okay. Okay. So
Thank you.
yeah, significant, essential, and crucial. And which one do you think is probably? Do you think is crucial and essential? Are they synonyms?
I think it's quite similar. There's those two words.
Yeah, that's what I think
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So
Yeah, they give maybe synonyms.
yeah, so they're definitely synonyms. Okay. So we letter C, showing that you understand what another person is feeling. For example, or e.g., a blank manager. So what would that one be?
Sympathetic.
Yes. So a sympathetic manager. So did I put one here? It's not even 4 in the morning, you know. Okay, 1 and C. Okay, and D, using aggressive behavior towards people who are weaker or who have less authority. What would that be, Asma?
Bullying.
Excuse me?
Bullying or bullying?
Bullying.
Bullying.
Yeah. Okay. And then, of course, the last one, when a manager evaluates an employee's work by comparing it with preset standards. That would be E. Okay. And question for you guys, Johnny, how often do you get a performance review in your job?
Probably once a year.
Once a year. Okay. And how about you, Asma?
Yeah, maybe the same, yeah. Once a year, yeah.
Once a year. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah, I've had jobs where I'll get a performance review once a year, and then I've had jobs where I get them uh, like never. So I will have the job for 2 or 3 years, never get one, and it's like, oh. Um, so I don't know really how I'm supposed to be doing. So welcome back, Mohammed. Welcome back. So, okay, and Asma, have you ever given a grievance, done a grievance at your workplace?
No, means for example, a written complaint like
Yeah.
this?
Mm-hmm.
No,
Yeah. Grievance is
never.
usually it's a written complaint, and it's an official complaint.
Never.
Never. Okay. Have you, Johnny? Have you
Uh,
ever?
I've done the verbal complaint, but I haven't
Uh-huh.
done a written complaint.
Okay. Yeah, I've done verbals, but I've never done written. So.
Yes, I think it's too official to just like to write something to the company.
Yeah, because it's like, and I've learned through the years as well. If
Yeah,
you have
the next,
something negative, don't write it in an email. So,
yeah. And then maybe the next step, the company will send me a letter
mhm.
to ask me to find another job.
Oh wow, yeah. And Mohammed, uh, how often do you have performance reviews in your company? A performance review is an evaluation of your work by comparing it with preset standards. So how often do you have performance reviews in your company?
In fact, I work in the web zone. To my
Hello? Hello? We're not hearing you. We're hearing you're trying to speak, but we're hearing boing boing, boing boing. Hello? Okay. So let's go on. Have you ever been a victim, Asma? Have you ever been a victim of bullying?
Mm, mm, yeah, sometimes. Yeah, but it's not aggressive behavior, but maybe by mistake, sometimes misunderstanding, miscommunication, but not an aggressive behavior.
Okay. So, how
Yeah,
about you?
maybe they
Uh-huh.
are sympathetic
Mm-hmm.
than aggressive, but sometimes in case of miscommunication or understanding, yeah, it can happen some problem um, in work, and it's natural. Yeah, it can happen.
Okay, thank you. Johnny, have you ever been a victim of bullying? Yeah.
I haven't got the experience of bullying by my co-workers at the workplace, but they just tease me. They just say something like funny way, like maybe just
Ah.
say, yeah.
Have you found it difficult to understand the humor in New Zealand?
I find it quite difficult to understand because they always say something, how to say, they say into a sarcastic way.
Yes,
So
and
if it's raining, they will talk to the other, say, "Oh, what a lovely day we have today."
yeah, what a lovely day it is today. And
Yeah.
and as a non-native speaker, you hear the words, but you also have to hear the feelings behind the words. What a
Oh,
lovely day we have today.
yes. So it's maybe it's still I'm trying hard to understand their humors.
Yeah, yeah, and that's one thing that when I was living in Asia, that I didn't realize at first was that sarcasm is not completely understood by all nations, and
Yeah, the
so
Asian people they will find if you say something a joke or something, they will find it quite offensive.
they will because they'll hear it literally. And
Yes.
when I moved to Finland, I had because I lived in Korea for 2 years, and I was in the States for 2 years, and then I came and I moved to Finland. And when I was there, I was very careful about being ironic or basically when I was there, the only time I was very ever really sarcastic was when I was teaching, because of course I was teaching my students a little bit about my culture.
Yes.
And then after I was there for a good 2 years before I realized that the Finnish humor was very sarcastic. so
Okay.
so and then after that I could be myself everywhere. So it was great.
Okay.
All right, Ozma, do you guys have in your culture in where you're from? Do you guys have sarcasm or an ironic humor at all,
Uh,
or do you understand it?
yeah, you can understanding, but sometimes maybe they are moody, for example, and they forget what they say sometimes.
Uh huh.
Yeah, this is a big problem. Maybe sometimes that I can occur in my work.
Uh huh. Okay.
Uh, Means they can give you some instruction, but after that he can forget and say to you, I didn't recommend to do this thing, but
Mhm.
yeah, you told me to to do this work, or yeah, this is
Mhm.
maybe the problem that I can cure, but that's why I have always to write emails and to have some argument to not
Mhm.
argue with my team, or especially with my boss.
Mhm. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So let's go on to the reading. And then in the reading it says, "What do you think can reduce stress in the workplace?" So in pairs or as a group, let's discuss the suggestions below, and let's choose 3 methods which you think are the most effective. So which of these do you think will reduce um, stress? We have give more support to employees, give employees more control over their work, punish people who bully. Personally, I have never seen a lot of bullying in the workplace. I personally see it at schools.
Yes. Me
You
Yes,
know,
too.
if
so
maybe if they are if they work for organization or some place that they cannot get the salary, maybe they can bully.
yeah.
But if something it's very official, and you know that if you bully you will get a punishment and you will not get your salary, and you can
Hmm.
maybe get kicked off. I think yeah, in work it's impossible to see a person who are bully.
Yeah. Possibly. I know that, like, for example, a year ago, and I was working in a company. I was a supervisor for I had 14 people under me, and we all asked them during the weekend before Christmas. It was going to be a very busy time, and so we needed to have people do overtime, and nobody was volunteering to do overtime. And so they called us all in on Friday morning. And they said, okay, since none of your employees are willing to volunteer, you are all required to do 20 hours of overtime this weekend.
Wow, that's not fair.
Yeah. And it was the weekend before Christmas. You know, and my boss, my manager, actually had to cancel her trip down to Texas with her family for Christmas because of this. And you know, because if we were required to work, then of course they all were as well. And it was a very stressful time, and there were some people that didn't come in because of that. A couple of people quit. And I went in and did it, but there was one day that I went in. It was on the Saturday I wore normal clothes. On that Sunday I wore my sweats. I wore sweats, you know.
What
and
about
so forth.
hiring some contract person, like they can do the job like for a short period?
Well, and it was well, we couldn't train anybody to do it that quick.
Okay.
It took training. But the thing that was very interesting about the whole thing is our employees, because of the way their contract was, we could not ask the employees to do overtime. They had to volunteer. But because of the way our contract was, they thought that we could be required to come in any time. Well, as a result, the company has been sued by a lot of my colleagues for unpaid overtime. So, and the company has actually they had already said, okay, we screwed up, we will pay you unpaid overtime, and then they were sued. So I've been waiting for this unpaid overtime, and I'm not part of the suit for various reasons, but it's kind of a very interesting. It was an interesting year, to say the least. And remember, in the last class we talked about a noticeable difference. In July, I sat down and decided, do I want to stay in this job, or do I want to go back to teaching English online? And I took about a week to decide, and I remember talking to my sister, and she encouraged me to make this decision, and then she has told me, Holly, there has been a noticeable difference. You are much happier now. So anyway,
Yes.
yeah, let's go on. Oh, excuse me?
You are a good teachers, and
Oh,
then I
thank you.
think, yeah, teaching English is pretty good option.
Yeah, well, it's fun. I enjoy it. So I've been doing it since 1994. So that's why it was. You know, I took a couple years off, and I realized, no, I need to go back to what I'm good at. So anyway, create clear procedures for people who have grievances. Play relaxing music in the office. Give employees free membership to the local gym. Give staff more training in their work. Give employees written job descriptions. Inform employees of business changes as early as possible. Provide yoga classes. Okay, so I want each of you guys to choose three of these that you think are the most effective, and tell us why.
Yeah, I will done.
Oh yeah, so Johnny, do you have what are your three?
My first one will be give support to employees.
Okay.
Because the people, they feel stressed. Maybe they are not doing a good job, or maybe they want more training. And my second one is play the relaxing music in the office.
Oh really?
I think, yeah, it does help.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, because at the moment, my workplace, they didn't play any music, and then we're just doing some repetitive job, and then it find a little bit boring. Yeah, and my third option will be maybe provide the yoga classes.
Oh, really? Why? That's interesting.
Yeah, because the
Yeah.
people they will just like sitting on their chair doing the same job. If the people are doing the office job, so they
Mm-hmm.
need to maybe do some exercise. So I think maybe do some yoga classes will be helpful for them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Asma, what are your three?
Uh, First one is to give more support to employees.
Okay.
Uh, yeah, then it will be not stress. Uh, it will be eustress. Uh, so then it can encourage employees to do them best or their best.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it can reflect the result on work. The second one is to give staff more training in their work. Uh,
Mm.
yeah, for me, it's very important because you have if you are a good leader or a manager, you have to give the opportunity for all the workers to train themselves to improve their skills, to improve their qualification, and you will be the winner, or because you will have a good result and you will achieve your goals uh, uh, in, with highly quality. Maybe I can say like this.
High
Yeah,
quality.
yeah, with high quality.
Mm-hmm.
And then and between in between play relaxing music in the office or like yoga or gym means something for entertainment.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, it's a good point to relax employees um, and what? Yeah, give them a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm.
That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I have completely different ones. You guys are actually very similar here. For me, and I think it's the way I work. Give employees more control over their work. Um, I stayed actually in Finland for 11 years, even though I went there on a 9-month contract. And one of the reasons was because of the Finnish management style of giving their employees autonomy.
Autonomy.
Autonomy. See, Oh, I'm spelling it wrong. That's why. Autonomy, which is basically control
Control.
over
Autonomy.
control over your schedule. And I can't even type. So I really liked the autonomy that I had in my job because I was able to control my own schedule, for example. So if I had a doctor's appointment, I could work that around my schedule and things like that. And so to me as an employee, I like to have some control and some responsibility. And
I
so and so as I think that's one reason why working for myself or self-employed like I am is better. So all the Verbaling teachers were all self-employed, so we all basically work for ourselves. So
hmm.
um, and the other one, the one that I think is very important is inform employees of business changes as early as possible. In my 20 plus years of working, one of the mistakes that I see companies make all the time is they plan changes, but they don't tell their employees about the changes early enough, or they don't tell their employees why they're making the changes. They just make changes and just say that's love it or leave it. So
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, that's been my experience. And then the other one that I think is I am waffling between a couple of them. This one, give more support to employees, and also uh, give employees written job descriptions. I've also seen in jobs where the employees do not have written job descriptions, and it causes a lot of stress because they don't completely know exactly what they really are supposed to be doing. So that's my list. But
Yeah, I have
also
the experience, but I don't have the written job description at the beginning. But
uh-huh.
yeah, but I did have that later. So because
Mhm.
if the staff, they have the job description, then they need to do everything the managers told him to do.
Yeah. And which is okay, because that's really what we're supposed to do as employees. But it's nice to have clear deadline, clear guidelines as to what is in our responsibility or not. So, um, but
Actually, I have one suggestion, and it's
mhm.
not on there. It's about communication and laugh. Because
Okay.
yeah, I find a little bit stressing when I at work if I didn't talk to my coworker that day, or maybe I didn't like have a negative attitude that day. So maybe that will become stress.
Yeah, communicate and laugh with coworkers.
Yes.
Yeah, that is a good one. Yeah, yeah. I think some employers are scared of communication, that scared of having employees communicate because they don't want them to start complaining.
Yeah.
You know, get employees together. The first thing they will do is start to complain and come up with grievances, right? so
Yeah.
So now let's read the article on the next page and tick the suggestions that are mentioned. So we'll figure out what they have decided. So the stress time bomb. It is important to understand why staff are feeling stressed and then identify actions which might reduce the stress. We have ACAS is an organization that deals with disagreements in the workplace, suggests that stress has 6 main causes and that each cause requires a different response. Okay, so Asma, can you read number 1?
Okay, demands. Employees who feel they have too much work to cope with are much more likely to become stressed. Employers will need to make sure that their staff understand that they need to do and also that they know how to do it. An investi- an investment in training could be required, for example.
Okay, so an investment in training. Okay, excellent. Um, Johnny, can you read number
Okay.
2?
Yeah, control. Employees who feel they have no controls over how and when they do their work are more likely to become stressed, says ACAS. Employers need to work harder to involve employees in how they carry out their key task and to consult staff before making decisions.
Hmm. Yeah, I totally agree with this one. So, support. I will read that one. Employees who don't feel able to discuss problems with managers become stressed much quicker. Giving employees that opportunity is crucial, but managers must be supportive and sympathetic. Okay, Asma, can you read number 4?
Yeah, relationships. Building good relationships with staff is an important part of running a business that has employees. There should be clear procedures concerning performance, and grievances and bullying should be punished. Punished.
Okay, okay,
Punished. Yeah,
punished, punished.
punished.
Now, this is kind of some confusion about pronunciation about we call it the ed words. A real quick rule really is when you have a T or a D plus ed, then you have the ed sound.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So all the other ones, there's two other sounds that you would have. Bear with me. All the other ones is K and K, P, B,
S,
and S. Yeah, S, like S,
H,
S and SH, plus ED. ED have the P sound.
P
Not the
sound.
T
T,
sound.
yes.
T. Yeah, so you've heard this one before. Okay. I'm like, oh, okay. And I can't seem to get this. Okay, caps lock, good.
E, T.
And what? How do you pronounce want? Is it wanted or want?
It's want. It's want. Okay, want. Let's say we've got want, and then the past tense with the ed is
Wanted.
a T. So you would have the ed sound. So it's wanted.
Wanted. So the
Wanted.
same as that one. The T or D plus ed makes the ed sound.
Exactly. So wanted. But for example, with this word, punished.
Punished.
Yeah, punished because SH, yeah.
Yeah, the SH. So it sounds more like a T, punished.
Punished.
Yeah,
Okay.
where, and see, and then what's one without any of those? Let's see. Involved. This one right
I found
here.
it very hard to pronounce the word with the ed form.
Yeah. Involved. Let's see. So involved, you have involve. This one has the D sound because it isn't any of these sounds. We don't have T, D, K, P, B, S, and SH. So V makes it D, involved. Involved. So, and a big rule of a rule of thumb is these right here. These sounds will if you don't say the E, if you don't say it at all, it will come out as a T without a problem. So you don't even think about it. If you remember the T and the D plus ed equals the ed sound, and then all the others will come out naturally. Wanted. Involved. Wanted. Yeah. But another one that I've noticed is a lot of people when, for example, this word procedures. A lot of people, not everybody, and I haven't figured out what if it's a specific language group or what, but a lot of people will when they have, I guess procedures wouldn't be a good word. A word that has an SES, let's think. In the last class, there was a word like that. Let's see.
SES.
Let's see if I can remember.
SES.
So, like for example, businesses. Okay, so you have the word business, right? And then you add the ES, and so a lot of people will pronounce this. Well, they'll read it and they'll think we can't businesses. That doesn't sound right. So they actually just skip this es. They swallow it in their pronunciation, and possibly because of their first language, or I'm not sure why. So they'll say business, but they won't say this part. So business as. So when there's the es at the end, we always have as. This e is always pronounced.
Yeah, I have that problem. I didn't pronounce ES, but right now I think I should
were you the
focus
one?
on.
See, I don't even remember who made the mistake. Were you the one that read that wrong?
Not me. I think it's Calovo or.
Okay, one of. somebody else, but yeah, but it is a problem by a lot of people. And it isn't, I've tried to figure out if it's one language group, and it really isn't. It isn't just like the Spanish speakers or the Portuguese or the Chinese or Japanese. It's just every once in a while a person will just skip the S's.
Yeah. So you should read like businesses, is it?
Businesses. So this is actually pronounced right here.
Okay.
Yeah. So where were we at? So I think we were
Number
at
5.
relationships. Okay, 5. So Johnny, could you read that one?
Okay. Employees who don't understand what is expected of them are certain to become stressed. Employers should deal with this when staff are new, but all staff should have written job descriptions. Performance reviews are an opportunity to develop such descriptions and to set objectives.
Yeah. Have you guys ever heard of this? To when it comes to performance reviews, to coach up or to coach out.
To coach up, to coach out.
Ozma,
No.
have you ever heard that?
To coach, I know coach means it's
Yeah. To coach, that's when you help an employee improve, right? So if you have if you are the boss or the supervisor and you have an employee under you and you want them to improve, then you coach up, right? So if they are making mistakes, you coach up. But if you have an employee who is obviously in the wrong job, then what you do is you coach out, and that's by maybe giving their performance review much lower. You don't encourage them as much, and you encourage them to actually quit. But you have to choose as a leader to whether you want to coach up or coach out. And 90% of the people you're going to want to, of course, coach up. Have you guys heard this? I learned this in my last job, and I thought, wow, what an interesting way of thinking about this.
Coach up. Coach up. The new phrasal verb for me.
Yeah, and I don't even know if I don't know where. I mean, if all Americans would understand it. So,
Coach up.
Or people in New Zealand, they might.
They might. Some of them might.
Yeah, it just depends on whether it's come to their organization or not. So now let's go to change. Business change is a major cause of employee stress. Employers should plan ahead. If staff get plenty of notice of future changes, they are unlikely to become stressed. Unless they hate the change, then they still might. So are there any words or phrases in here that you guys do not know?
All right.
You're fine. Ozma, are you fine?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So up here, did they mention give more support to employees?
Yes.
Yes. And then they definitely mentioned this one because I loved it. Okay. Punish people who bully. Did they mention that one?
Yes. Number 3.
Okay. And the third one?
Yeah, the last sentence. Oh, sorry. Maybe it's not number 3. Number 4, last sentence. And bullying
should be punished. Yeah. I'm thinking that all of these were in here, so I just didn't remember that one. Okay, bullying. Okay. Create clear procedures for people who have grievances. Was that in there?
Not quite sure.
I can't remember. Playing relaxing music in the office.
No.
Okay. Give employees free membership to the local gym. I don't think that was there.
No.
Give staff more training.
Yes.
Give employees written job descriptions.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, okay. Inform employees of business changes as early as possible.
Yes. Number
Yes.
6.
And then provide yoga classes. I don't think that was there.
No.
No.
Communicate and laugh with coworkers. That's a good
No.
one.
Relax.
It's not there. Still a
If
good
I'm the
one.
author of the article, I will put it in.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure if this one was in there or not. Give clear procedures for people who have grievances. Possibly. Um, anyway, let's go on. Is your business or profession stressful? Do you implement any of the measures suggested in the article? So, Ozma,
Yeah.
what do you do?
Some stressful.
Yeah.
The implement of any measures suggested in the article. Yeah. Can I see the because my brain now it's
It's fried
thinking.
after an hour and 50 minutes.
Yeah.
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 I taught once for 6 hours in a row, and I can tell you it was fried by the end. So,
Understand, totally.
okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Mm, the major maybe it's to give more support.
Mhm.
Maybe. Yeah.
So do they do a good job at that?
Yeah. Yeah. I will try.
Uh-huh. Okay. All right. And so is your is it no, what type of job do you do? Are you
Means
currently working or?
actually for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm journalist.
Oh, a journalist. Okay. Are you a freelance journalist or do you work for?
No, no, not freelance. No, not
Okay.
freelance. No.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Is there a specific do you write or do you speak?
I'm editor.
Editor. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. The one thing that's I love about this job is I know and for me it's a job for you guys. We're meeting people from all over the world that do so many amazing things. So
It is cool.
yeah, and Johnny, you're in the media industry as well, aren't you?
I was, but
Okay,
now
okay.
that I'm working in a freight forwarding company.
A free a what?
Fre-
Com-
Freight,
Freight loading.
FREIT, yeah,
Okay.
freight forwarding company. So
Okay.
it's the company name is DHL.
Uh-huh. I know DHL.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so maybe some of the workers there they're quite stressful because
Uh,
you need to receive the phone call from a customer. They will asking that where is their shipment, and then you need to find it out as soon as possible, and then tell
mhm.
them where is it. Yeah, so it's quite
Especially
stressful.
especially this time of year. So they are quite stressed, but and
Yeah.
their job is quite stressful.
Okay, they are quite stressed. They are quite stressed.
So a person gets stressed.
Yes.
A job or a task is stressful.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, job is stressful. Thank you, thank you. It's
Yeah,
very useful.
yeah, no, yeah, because you made that mistake earlier as well, and then I didn't remember to catch it to tell you. So I'm glad you did the same thing. So, um, yeah. Except, did you guys see the mistake I made?
There.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, their job is quite stressful. Okay, yeah. So especially this time of year, do you guys have a lot of packages for Christmas going out?
Uh, so before Christmas, there are lots of package need to be delivered to another country, but
Mm-hmm.
it will be cooled down after Christmas or
Okay.
maybe before the New Year.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Where and DHL doesn't have a very strong market share in the U.S., but is it one of the more popular packaging companies in other countries?
I think so. More popular in uh, New Zealand, Korea, uh, and then maybe the other country because it's owned by German.
Yeah, and also in Finland it's very popular, and I believe it's popular in Germany, of course. Yeah, and I remember working with it in the U.S., but I rarely see their trucks. In fact, the UPS and Federal Express more or less have the monopoly here. So, how about in Qatar?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Asma, do you guys have DHL?
Yes. Yeah, we have.
Okay,
Yeah,
and
we have this service.
is it one of the major players for delivering things?
Yes, I think. Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know how they can mean um, this describe or give them some criteria to say if it's a strong company in delivering. I don't know how they can I can detect this. I don't know if he can answer me. How? Yeah. What is the difference between DHL and
Other
other
companies.
company? Yeah. And
Okay.
what's the criteria and what is the pros of this company?
Yeah. Yeah. I just for me, I do a lot of shopping online, so and I've realized that
I'm
DHL doesn't.
afraid. Yeah, can you tell me about your experience? Because especially when I see some clothes, yeah, they are cheaper than other that you want to buy from shop. But I don't
Yeah.
know if it's really like you see or no. If
Well,
you have the
um,
experience.
my experience has been really positive. For example,
Good.
when I was I first started when I was in Finland, and I had to order books for my studies, and I ordered from Amazon.
Mm.
And so I started out with Amazon, and then I remember I was looking for jeans, and did not like the style of jeans there, and I just wanted a regular pair of jeans, and I ordered from this company, and it was very, very good, and I slowly started, just with few things, and then I moved, and I've ordered computers online. I have
Good.
never been cheated, but I try to use the reputable companies. I did order one thing just recently. I bought this for my sister, and I bought one for myself for Christmas, a pair of shoes like this, and
Yeah.
it was from a company that is not I've never heard of the company, and I was very nervous. And I ordered this, and then I ordered some styluses, and I've got the shoes, but I haven't got the second thing that I ordered from them. But it was an unknown company, and I rarely order from unknown companies because you just don't know. So,
Good. Yeah.
but yeah, but all
You are
right.
lucky.
So I want to thank you all for your participation, and
Yeah.
Johnny, have a good rest of the afternoon. It's
Thank
almost
you.
evening there, and Asma, go to sleep.
Yes. Yes.
Sleep
You should
well.
listen.
Sleep
For
well.
sure.
Thank you
Yeah.
for the lesson, Holly.
Thank you. You guys
Yeah.
have a good
Thank you very
evening.
much.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Bye.
See
Yeah.
you.
Bye. Bye, Johnny. Bye, Holly.
Bye bye, Asma.